From year to year, month to month, week to week, and day to day, people across the world are obsessed with a phenomenon that is professional wrestling. But why? 101 reasons to love professional wrestling. There are many components of professional wrestling that should be both understood and celebrated, in no particular order. Debuts with vignettes. The word vignette comes from the French meaning little vine. In theater, literature, and in professional wrestling, a vignette is a short presentation used to introduce the audience to a new character or characters that will soon be added to the mix. The cast of crazy characters in wrestling is infinite, but some characters need explaining before they invade the world, the ring, and our minds. Thanks to vignettes, a performer debuting into a company for the first time or a performer debuting a new persona can make an impact before even taking a single bump. We see who they are, what they're about, and their initial motivation for joining the roster. Some of these are simple and to the point, some are more ominous, and others, they're just weird. The 90s saw horrible gimmicks eat up the airtime, but there were some solid characters rolled out during this time. Mr. Perfect showcased his athletic perfection with a series of memorable videos. The bizarre one, Goldust, brought us a taste of Hollywood. IRS, Erwin R. Shyster, gave us tax cheats, the tips to get us on the law-abiding path. JEFF-JARRETT, Jeff Jarrett, showed us what it took to be a country music star. Chris Jericho would enter the WWF in 1999 via the legendary Countdown to the Millennium Clock that would mysteriously appear for months, leading up to the inevitable Countdown of Zero. And who could forget Edge's moody, Blade-like introduction videos that were actually pretty cool and gave his debut a much added boost. In the late 2010s, fans of professional wrestling have been treated to some very compelling character pieces. One great example would be the recent introduction of Jon Moxley, getting out of his proverbial WWE shackles and entering the world of All Elite Wrestling. And then there's Bray Wyatt's transformation from cult leader, which itself had some great vignettes introducing the character, to now the host of the Firefly Funhouse and The Fiend. And then some character vignettes in professional wrestling just don't connect. Either they don't make sense, or the character just isn't as marketable as anticipated. Some don't get a chance, like in Billy Jack Hayes from the 80s, Sean O'Hare's Devil's Advocate character, or NXT's standout stable Sanity. But others just flat out flopped. An example would be in the 80s when WWE tried to capitalize on the success of Crocodile Dundee with the character Outback Jack. The 90s also gave us Repo Man taking people's stuff, Waylon Mercy being awesomely creepy, and Dean Douglas failing out of the WWF not too long after debuting. The 2000s have not been innocent of failed attempts either. Thankfully, some talents can reinvent themselves in spite of the introduction they're given. Kofi Kingston came in with a Jamaican accent, and would later be added to a soulful group named The New Day. And this New Day is definitely not the New Day that fans across the world have grown to love. Some vignettes actually create more questions than answers. Who would want to remember Beaver Cleavage? What was WCW thinking with the re-debut of Goldust Dustin Reynolds with the kind of questionable intro videos of the new character Seven? When were we ever going to see Emelina debut despite vignettes airing practically forever? And really, what was Glacier going to really accomplish after thawing out? So many questions, so little time. They say becoming a star in professional wrestling is like capturing lightning in a bottle. Sometimes, that lightning strikes because a star's debut is well hyped with exceptional vignette videos.